Oh, hello, folks. It's Shooter. Hey, we're going to go over OXY. I thought this might be a good coaching session. So please excuse my hack if I still have one. Hey, at the end of the presentation, please do review our disclosures. Let's jump right over to OXY. All right, let's look at the 4-hour here. Now, when you look at the 4-hour, what you want to know is when our RSI is confirmed. Now, we have this sort of wick off here. Let me just bring in I use the term, Dale used to always say glaring. If it's not glaring, it's not as clean. So, having a glaring RSI divergence is functional. So I want to see what so we really haven't put in a confirmed high in RSI. We're right there. We've basically tagged it 3 or 4 times. We're in this flat on the 4-hour. Now on the short side, we did have, a confirmed low, and I would classify that as some divergence. It's not clean, but it's there, probably from this low. So, that is a clear bottom there around 56 for me. All right, let's jump to the daily. Now, we got our original primary wave set up at 55.51. Weekly trigger went off at 61.38. We are now above the breakout line. RSI to the top side. Now, realize this was our scheme on the 4-hour as far as our RSI. See that line? It's one of the reasons I threw it in there. I wanted to see where that was. But on the daily, our confirmed high is really in this grouping here that started March 2022. That's our confirmed high. Then we got a divergent high right below that. This pretty much took it off. Even though we had some pushes to the upside, RSI is not clear there. So, I don't see any topping pattern here at all on the daily. Now, we do have, again, there's clear divergence right here on this top, but it's not with a confirmed. Confirmed does, basically you need to have a higher high in RSI for it to be confirmed and a higher high in price. So unless we got both, and the reality is this is our high. So unless we get up, and I'm sure there might be even another one further than that, but let's look at the weekly. So looking at where, we have some clear, sort of a double bottom here, cleared. So I would say on the weekly, we definitely have divergence and a confirmed low as far as our low, which gives me some conviction because that's glaring. That's what I classify as a glaring low. So, all right, let's look at our topping pattern. So again, we've got this toppy pattern here. So we have some clear divergence. We do not have a confirmed high because it's not a higher high in price, but we do have some divergence on this. Okay. Clear divergence right here. So on our weekly, and I've got it noted here. So we have, some clear divergence on this top, and that's continued to push. So now we've come off because this primary wave setup is on a back test in a cycle wave 2. We got a lot of upside here. I don't know that I'd be trimming any more aggressively here than in case I get taken out. Maybe a safe place versus selling cash, just from a risk reward standpoint, with all these traps that we're seeing, just looking at this account, we definitely have a topping pattern at the end of wave 1. So basically it's confirming wave 1 of a cycle wave. So, that's indicative of how our RSI connects to Elliott wave count. And so, wave 3 is going to come in here. Okay, so target 73.62 to the upside as far as target 1 on our primary wave 3 as far as the cycle. So we got some ways up there. So unless we take out, let me just get where I'm at. We're still in this band. We're just in this flat. We've already, this last resistance there, that's a pretty broad band. Are we above that? Sorry, I talk to myself when I look at charts. Should turn on some music. Okay, so that really is, we are above that. And now I'm going back to my band, our exhaustion band. So, we got a decent, notice how we closed on the top of that candle. That was clear price discovery, but we came in and we gave it all back. Pretty aggressive retrace there. Pretty aggressive right there. See, what I like to do is I like to look at resistance on the cycle, whatever we're trading, whether we're trading an intermediate or primary wave. I'm just getting a visual of what's up here. So that's where our clear buyer exhaustion is overhead. 75.29 to 77.13 is really that's the top of the band. Now, notice how this volume came in. We really don't have a lot of volume here. So, it's sort of, I don't want to say weak, but I don't, on the daily here, I really see no divergence to a top here. Let me rephrase that. Yes, we do. We have a little right here, but realize we gave 50% back on that. So anytime we get 50% back, for me, it's given up So that seller exhaust or that buyer exhaustion that occurred is gone. So, looking at our leg from our 2 to our 1 here on the intermediate wave, this whole leg here is 50% back, was at the base of that support band. Notice it went right to that support band and held, which is good. Okay, that's bullish. Hush, Roscoe. He's going to keep talking. It's just the time of day. There's too many dogs outside walking in here, mouth. All right, so we're going to look at that set. I don't see any reason we don't run to that 73.62. I mean, it might take a little while, might be a little choppy. We just hit the breakout, just stuck our head above it. So, obviously the rule always has been is that we could back test the primary wave one more time here and then go. But the reality is until we get a stop, close below 55.51, this isn't invalidated, and we're looking at a primary wave 5 up here at 124. That's way the heck up. Now, granted, it could be shallower than that. We could get an ABC pattern in here. A lot could happen. We're going to see what happens with that resistance there. But if we go back and look at where our other resistance bands are, so we got monthly support up here at 91 to 104. That's, this is clear seller exhaustion. This up here is clear buyer exhaustion. Look at this RSI stacking here. Drive 1, drive 2, drive 3, and we're done. And what we do, we gave back 100%. That's just a perfect 3 drive. And look at how the harmonics measuring on the monthly to the upside measures up to 136. That's extended. Looking at the weekly, measures 106 on the weekly as far as harmonics. What I use the harmonics for is they give you a range to the high side. They don't necessarily support the count themselves, but they're recognizing the pattern and giving you the opposite extremes from where the legs were in the past. So to me, it gives me sort of a visual on whether I'm going to get a bias behind me and say, hey, the technicals support the upside. So, hey, clean and easy. OXY upside. We're looking for, 70 to 73 bucks, I would say is very viable here. If you want to be conservative, cut on your intermediate wave 3 at 71.72. That's what I would look for. That's what I've got today, folks. Great trading. Until next time.